Hi guys, in case you missed it, we have compiled all of our September hauls into one complete package full of brand new science fiction, fantasy, and horror. Settle in, make some tea, and get ready to update your TBR pile. Hello and welcome back to This Week in New Genre Books. My name is Amelia, and from Locus Magazine we're going to tell you about the new science fiction, fantasy, horror, and related books being published the week of September 2nd, 2025. Lots of anthologies this week. First up, science fiction, we have 3 titles. From Brendan Deenan, we have Tracer, out from Blackstone Publishing in hardcover, paperback, ebook, and audiobook. This is a post-apocalyptic science fiction novel. New tech that turns plastic back into oil has led to wars over large former landfills. Tracer, a hired gun, answers a distress call from a landfill city outside Las Vegas. From Seth Ring, we have Apex, out from Blackstone Publishing in hardcover, paperback, ebook, and audiobook. This is a lit RPG science fiction novel, third in the Exlian Syndrome series. Mark Fields, a former dishwasher turned empowered soldier, is imprisoned in the tomb with only the mysterious cat Mime to help him survive. From J.D. Robb, we have Framed in Death, out from St. Martin's in hardcover, paperback, ebook, and audiobook. This is a near-future science fiction mystery novel, 61st in the In Death series. That's a lot of books. Lieutenant Eve Dallas is on the hunt for a murderer who left the entrance of an art gallery, a brutal, elaborately staged crime scene. Next up, horror, we have 4 new books this week, and if you're getting something out of this, please like this video for me and subscribe so we can do this information exchange again. Every week, there are new books to know about, and I can keep you in the loop. From J.S. Barnes, we have Frankenstein's Monster, out from Titan UK in paperback and ebook. This is a science fiction horror novel sequel to the Mary Shelley novel. Alice, wife of a reclusive folklorist, takes in a bedraggled stranger. Men in Newgate Prison investigate far-fetched claims of experiments and monstrosity. From Laura Creedle, we have The Deep Well, out from Quilltree in hardcover, ebook, and audiobook. This is a young adult horror novel. Teen April survived a massacre and contends with a missing father and a horror movie adaptation of the event. How awful. Plus, she's dealing with a cult that believes she'll come into immense power on her 17th birthday. From Bitter Corella, we have Moonflow, out from Run For It in paperback, ebook, and audiobook. This is a psychedelic horror novel. Sarah, a trans mushroom grower, is compelled by a bad harvest to go to the Pamogo forest seeking King's Breakfast, a mycelium that lets humans understand the universe and talk to gods. From Andrea Moore-Stabellini, we have A Blood as Bright as the Moon, out from Titan UK in paperback, ebook, and audiobook. This is a gothic horror novel. Vampire Ambrose lives in a sequestered clan whose charismatic leader launches a plan to build wings and fly to the moon, but he's held back for his love of a human. Next up, fantasy, we have 7 titles being published this week. From KJ Parker, we have Making History, out from Tor.com in paperback, ebook, and audiobook. This is a fantasy novella. A tyrannical king seeking a public image boon hires, impresses under threat of death, a group of scholars to construct a fake city to support his ahistorical claims. From Skyla Arndt, we have House of Hearts, out from Viking in hardcover, ebook, and audiobook. This is a young adult dark academia mystery. Violet investigates her best friend's death, which involves infiltrating her boarding school, investigating a curse, and navigating romance with Calvin, scion of the school's founders. From Eugen Bacon, we have The Gafendila Whisperer, out from Stars and Sabers in hardcover, paperback, and ebook. This is a science fantasy novella in the Sayutiverse series. Chantal, with sound powers, is exiled by the Guardians to a sound island on the planet Wimbo. In retaliation, she summons a creature to wreak havoc. From Charlie N. Holmberg, we have The Shattered King, out from 47 North in hardcover, paperback, ebook, and audiobook. This is a dark fantasy novel. With the kingdom nearing war and her family in dire need, healer Nim has no choice but to answer a summons to the corrupt royal court and help Ren, a prince with a mysterious illness. From Kathleen Jennings, we have Honey Eater, out from Tor.com in hardcover and ebook. This is a dark fantasy novel. In the waterlogged subtropical town of Belworth, Charlie encounters a girl in his dead aunt's house with roses growing through her skin. From Rebecca Ross, we have Wild Reverence, out from Saturday Books in hardcover, ebook, and audiobook. This is a young adult fantasy romance novel set in the same world as Divine Rivals. Messenger goddess Matilda, who failed to show up for a mortal boy who needed her, is sent to deliver a message to the same person, now a man, who is now embittered. From Lisa Diane Kastner, we have Running Wild Novella Anthology Volume 8, Book 2, out from Running Wild in paperback and ebook. This is an original anthology of 2 novellas. It contains the tragic plight of E.G., about a man with a mysterious illness that accomplished doctors can't seem to treat, and Sergeant Katrina Dunn, aka Angela Parker, and the games they play, about a teen who gets lured into a weird alternate timeline game. From Wen Spencer, we have Black Tie and Tales, out from Baen in hardcover and ebook. This is a fantasy novel, the second in the Black Wolves of Boston series. Werewolf teen Joshua's life gets unexpectedly weirder when he meets a talking penguin who wants to hire him, and the local goths know about the paranormal world. From Ji-Yoon Yun, we have And the River Drags Her Down, out from Rock the Boat in hardcover, ebook, and audiobook. This is a young adult fantasy novel. Sujin breaks the rules of ancestral magic to bring back her sister, who mysteriously drowned. But Murray, initially the same girl Sujin knew, grows restless, hungry, and eager for revenge. Finally, in our collections, anthologies, and nonfiction section, we have 7 new books. From editors David F. Shararad and Mark Finn, we have Swords and Larceny, out from Baen in paperback and ebook. This is an anthology of 13 fantasy heist stories. Tales feature tricksters, thieves, and teams on high-stakes adventures. Authors include Ailey Martinez, Christopher Ruocchio, and Wen Spencer. From Seer Hayati Becker, we have What a Fish Looks Like, out from Stelliform Press in paperback. This is an anthology of 6 retellings of fairy tales. Stories by queer authors are told in epistolary/found media form, feature a marine world affected by climate change and a humanity poised to leave for a new planet. From editor Ellen Datlow, we have Night and Day, out from Saga in paperback, ebook, and audiobook. This is an anthology of horror stories in 2 parts: Dreadful Dark, Tales of Nighttime Horror, and Merciless Sun, Tales of Daylight. Part of the Saga Double series with dual covers. Authors include Pat Cadigan, Stephen Graham Jones, Josh Mallerman, Priya Sharma, and A.C. Wise. From Rich Larson, we have Changelog, out from Fairwood Press in paperback and ebook. This is a collection of 26 science fiction stories. The author's second collection depicts multiple futures, including a generation ship, a biopunk version of West Africa, and the dismantling of time itself. From Melissa Lozada Oliva, we have Beyond All Reasonable Doubt, Jesus is Alive, out from Astor House in hardcover and ebook. This is a collection of speculative, ghostly stories. Families, horror, and humor feature in tales that include a quinceañera interrupted by a headless body, a haunted punk house, and a hospital worker with a sentient tale. From editors Marie O'Regan and Paul Kane, we have These Dreaming Spires, out from Titan UK in hardcover, ebook, and audiobook. This is an anthology of 12 original dark academia stories. Settings include libraries, Gothic towers, and autumnal campuses. Authors include Farida Abike Amide, Olivia Blake, and Genevieve Cogman. From editor Richard Walensky, we have Spaceships, Ray Guns, Martian Octopods, Interviews with Science Fiction Legends, out from Tachyon Publications in paperback and ebook. This is a non-fiction oral history/collection. Radio show host Walensky compiles selections of interviews conducted from 1977 to 2000 for the Probabilities series. Authors interviewed include Isaac Asimov, Margaret Atwood, Philip K. Dick, Harlan Ellison, Ursula K. Le Guin, Anne McCaffrey, and Robert Silverberg. Selections are arranged by topics. Hello and welcome back to This Week in New Genre Books from Locus Magazine. My name is Amelia and we're going to tell you all about the new science fiction, fantasy, horror, and related books being published the week of September 9th, 2025. Stay with me. It's the start of fall and publishers are deploying all their horror releases. First up, science fiction, we have 4 new books published this week. From Dan Brown, we have The Secret of Secrets, out from Doubleday in hardcover, paperback, ebook, and audiobook. This is a thriller with science and mystical elements, 6th in the Robert Langdon series. Symbology professor Robert Langdon is in a relationship with Catherine Solomon, whose research will upend how humankind understands consciousness, but she and her manuscript disappear. From T.A. Chan, we have One Last Game, out from Fairwood Press in paperback and ebook. This is a science fiction novella. In the 22nd century, Nico Vandes wants to quit his job playing the games that have replaced war. Battlefield cleaner Imaji Tenzing is determined to find him and turn him in. From Ren Hutchings, we have An Unbreakable World, out from Solaris UK in paperback, ebook, and audiobook. This is a science fiction space opera novel. Paige Found is a petty thief in a backwater space outpost, kidnapped by 2 treasure hunters intent on finding a long-lost ship with unimaginable riches. I mean, who doesn't like a hunt for treasure? From Nicholas Sansbury Smith, we have Into the Storms, out from Blackstone Publishing in hardcover, paperback, ebook, and audiobook. This is a post-apocalyptic science fiction novel, a prequel to the Helldivers series. CEO Tyron Red tries to help humanity in the wake of the devastating machine war, but old machines are reactivating. Next up, horror, we have 11 titles. From Ben Alderson, we have The Haunting of William Thorne, out from Angry Robot UK in paperback, ebook, and audiobook. This is a haunted house romance. William Thorne, after a car accident kills his boyfriend Archie, learns that he's inherited a manor from him. But the place is haunted, and William uncovers the story of 2 lovers from the 1920s. From Ramsey Campbell, we have An Echo of Children, out from Flame Tree Press UK in hardcover and ebook. This is a horror novel, part of the Ramsey Campbell Special Editions series. Children die unnaturally in the seaside town of Barnwell, where newcomers Coral and Alan have their house exorcised to protect their son, Dean. From Delilah S. Dawson, we have House of Edil, out from Titan UK in hardcover and ebook. This is a horror novel. Down on her luck, songwriter Angelina is offered a spot at a luxury retreat hosted by the famed band Black Edil, but finds it disrupted by screaming horses, strange apparitions, and murder. From Kat Ellis, we have The Devouring Light, out from HarperCollins in paperback, ebook, and audiobook. This is a young adult horror novel. 2 rival bands are stranded in a swamp on their way to a rock festival and take shelter in a decaying house that starts to kill them, one by one. From Rachel Harrison, we have Play Nice, out from Berkeley in hardcover, ebook, and audiobook. This is a horror novel. Glamorous influencer Cleo inherits her childhood home from her late mother, who lost custody of Cleo and her sisters after claiming the house was possessed by a demon. From Kosoko Jackson, we have The Macabre, out from Harper Voyager US in hardcover, ebook, and audiobook. This is a horror novel. Unacclaimed painter Lewis attracts the sudden, inexplicable attention of the British Museum, not for his own pieces, but for the eldritch properties of his great-grandfather's works. From Eric LaRocca, we have We Are Always Tender with Our Dead, out from Titan UK in hardcover, ebook, and audiobook. This is a horror novel, first in the Burnt Sparrow trilogy. 3 strange entities arrive in the town of Burnt Sparrow, commit an act of catastrophic violence, and more carnage and revelations unfold. From Gretchen McNeil, we have They Fear Not Men in the Woods, out from Daw in hardcover, ebook, and audiobook. This is a horror novel. Jen left her hometown when her forest ranger father vanished, but returns when his remains are found, seeking to disprove his death while discovering mysteries far darker. From Ken Priori, we have The Monsters Among Us, out from Rowan Prose in paperback and ebook. This is a horror novel. Seth has grown up in Truman Show-like circumstances, his life controlled by demonic forces. After a loss and demonic transformation, he has to open himself to friends and confront the entities who did this to him. I mean, that's one way to test your friendships, to tell your buddies you were controlled by demons. Those are good friends if they can handle that. From Keith Rawson, we have Coffin Moon, out from Random House in hardcover, ebook, and audiobook. This is a horror novel. In 1975 Portland, recovering alcoholic Duane hunts down the vampire that murdered his wife with his teenage niece, with whom he has a strained relationship, at his side. From Andrew Joseph White, we have You Weren't Meant to Be Human, out from Saga in hardcover ebook and audiobook. This is a science fiction horror novel. Hidden hives of alien worms offer desperate humans a chance at acceptance and community when they demand the unborn child of Crane, a trans man who serves them. He must decide whether his loyalty is worth it. Next up fantasy, we have 13 titles. From Josiah Bancroft, we have The Hexologists, A Tangle of Time, out from Orbit US in paperback. This is a fantasy novel. Isolde and Warren Wilby, a married couple and paranormal investigators, find themselves trying to figure out why the crime scene of a murdered artist seems to be shifting under their feet. From Paul Cornell, we have The Gnomes of Lichford, out from Tor.com in paperback and ebook. This is a fantasy novella, 6th in the Witches of Lichford series. Gnomes descend on Lichford after an unfortunate design choice, and the locals must join forces to solve the issue and contend with the gnomes' King Greg. All hail King Greg, first of his name. From Catherine and Elizabeth Core, we have Daughter of the Underworld, out from Candlewick Press in hardcover and ebook. This is a young adult fantasy novel, first in a duology. Dana is trapped in her life as a soul severer who transitions mortals to the land of the dead. She jumps at the chance to help Orpheus rescue his dead wife Eurydice from the underworld. From Aaron A. Craig, we have A Land So Wide, out from Pantheon in hardcover, paperback, ebook, and audiobook. This is a dark fantasy novel. Greer lives in the town of Mistaken, founded in a dangerous woodland haunted by bright eyes and protected by magical stones that bind the inhabitants within. From Logan Carley, we have Dream by the Shadows, out from Ottavino in hardcover, paperback, ebook, and audiobook. This is a young adult fantasy novel. Esmer sets out to end the oppressive order of her kingdom, Noctis, where people take an elixir every night to prevent a plague that spreads through dreaming. From Shauna Lawless, we have Daughter of the Otherworld, out from Ad Astra in ebook and audiobook. This is a fantasy novel. Isolde, born without magical gifts to an otherwise gifted royal family, and for those who are tracking such things, the second character named Isolde mentioned in this video disappears and reappears a century later as the nefarious Fomorians seek to regain control over Ireland. From Maddie Martinez, we have debut novel The Maiden and Her Monster, out from Tor in hardcover, ebook, and audiobook. This is a fantasy romance novel. In a woodland village controlled by the fanatic Osmini Church, Healer's daughter Malka agrees to bring forward one of the forest's monsters in order to exonerate her mother from murder charges. From Ruby Martinez, we have An Embroidery of Souls, out from Knopf in hardcover, ebook, and audiobook. This is a fantasy romance novel. Jade, a woman with thread speaker magic, joins forces with Lucas, a boy tangled with a gang, when her mother goes missing in the midst of unusual deaths. From Catherine Rundle, we have The Poisoned King, out from Knopf in hardcover, ebook, and audiobook. This is a middle-grade fantasy novel, second in the Impossible Creatures series. Christopher returns to the archipelago where mythical creatures live, where a poison is spreading. From Sharon Shin, we have Shifter and Shadow, out from Fairwood Press in paperback and ebook. This is a fantasy novel set in the world of the 12 Houses series. After a disastrous affair, shapeshifter Kira shelters in a village beset with plague. She can cure the dying children by turning them temporarily into animals, but the locals distrust magic. I mean, imagine explaining that to your new friends. I know you just met me, but let me turn your firstborn into an ox, or whatever. From La Vie Tidhar, we have Golgotha, out from Apollo in hardcover and ebook. This is a literary speculative novel, third in the Maror trilogy. In Palestine and across history, a gunslinger from 1882 and a detective from 1942 are drawn into a hunt for treasures of the Second Temple. From Kirsten White, we have The House of Quiet, out from Delacorte in hardcover, ebook, and audiobook. This is a young adult dark fantasy novel. Birdie, looking for her missing sister, infiltrates an isolated house where her sister was sent and where children with powers undergo a procedure to treat them. From David Ragg, we have The Iron Road, out from Harper Voyager UK in ebook and audiobook. This is a fantasy novel, third in the Tales of the Plains trilogy. Ree leads a rebel campaign to free townships from the corrupt guild's rule. Her daughter Giovanni, chafing under her leadership, has her own plans. Finally, in our collections and anthologies section, we have 4 new books this week. From editor Gemma Amore, we have Roots of My Fears, terrifying stories of ancestral horror, out from Titan UK in paperback and ebook. This is an anthology of 13 original stories, exploring the themes of heritage, bloodlines, and traditions. The tales feature family lore and generational hauntings. Authors include Ai Zhang, Nuzo Ono, Premi Mohammed, Gabino Iglesias, and Elena Sigrovsky. From Clay McLeod Chapman, we have Acquired Taste, out from Titan UK in hardcover ebook and audiobook. This is a collection of 25 horror stories. Themes include family and humor and run the gamut from a Vietnam vet father with a strange addiction to nuns who worship salamanders. From Nancy Kress, we have Not What I Intended, out from PM Press in paperback. This is a collection of work by Kress showcasing her treatment of human evolution, first contact, AI, and more. Contains 3 stories, an essay on growing up to be a writer, and an interview by Nick Mamatas, as well as a 9-page bibliography. From Xixin Liu, we have The Collected Stories, out from Ad Astra in hardcover and ebook. This is a collection of 32 stories. The acclaimed author's short fiction explores themes of cosmic horror, the vast scale of space, alien civilizations, and first contact. Hello and welcome back to This Week in New Genre Books from Locus Magazine. My name is Amelia and we're going to tell you all about the new science fiction, fantasy, horror, and related books being published the week of September 16th, 2025. Thank you to all of our subscribers. We are super happy that there are over 2,000 of you. This week, high concept books with unique premises. We have a Fantasyland castle where they do Weekend at Bernie's with the king, and a colony of robots on Mars who form a cult before the humans get there. First up, science fiction, we have 5 titles. From William Alexander, we have Sunward, out from Saga in paperback, ebook, and audiobook. This is a cozy science fiction novel. In the far future, Tova trains baby bots, adolescent AIs that must be taught to behave around humans. She and her ward, Agatha Paza von Sparkles, are drawn into a chase across the solar system. From Nicholas Binge, we have Extremity, out from Tor.com in hardcover, ebook, and audiobook. This is a science fiction procedural mystery. Former police detective Julia is brought in to investigate the murder of a billionaire, only to find 2 identical bodies, and her investigation unearths a time-traveling conspiracy. From Mason Coyle, we have Exiles, out from Putnam in hardcover, ebook, and audiobook. This is a science fiction horror novel. The first human crew to arrive on Mars finds the robots sent ahead to prepare the site have descended into cultishness and factionalism. I mean, I want to see what kind of cult robots can come up with. Aren't cults interesting? Anyway, once the humans arrive, they have to figure out what is going on. From Candace Cade, we have Augmented, out from Enclave Escape in hardcover, ebook, and audiobook. This is a young adult science fiction novel, 3rd in the Hybrid trilogy. Lee Urban, who is run afoul of the government, enters the deadly race to the clouds in hopes of gaining the attention she needs to dismantle the Federation's human enhancement programs. From John Scalzi, we have The Shattering Peace, out from Tor in hardcover, ebook, and audiobook. This is a science fiction novel, 7th in the Old Man's War series. Civil war amongst the Khonsu, an advanced alien species, threatens the galaxy's peace, and diplomat Gretchen is sent on a secret mission involving representatives from every faction. Next up, horror, we have 6 titles. From Heather Davey, we have The Ghosts of Mary Hall, out from Titan UK in paperback, ebook, and audiobook. This is a horror novel with dual timelines. A decaying Victorian house brings together the lives of Nell and Fern, a mother and daughter who move in as caretakers, and Dolly, a freak show performer who is imprisoned there in the 1840s. From Jonathan Jans, we have Veil, out from Blackstone in paperback, ebook, and audiobook. This is a horror novel. Invisible entities start dragging people away, including John's family. John meets a survivor whose brain injury allegedly gives him the ability to see the monsters, and joins a group intent on replicating the damage in hopes of getting their loved ones back. What won't we do for the ones we love? From Omakatsu, we have Fiend, out from Putnam in hardcover, ebook, and audiobook. This is a horror novel. The Barishas, a family of shopping magnates, somehow avoid the disasters that afflict their rivals, until their blessing starts to seem more like a curse. From Nick Medina, we have The Whistler, out from Berkeley in hardcover, ebook, and audiobook. This is a horror novel. Henry, a well-known ghost hunter, had his career derailed by the accident that made him quadriplegic. Returning to his home reservation, he finds himself haunted by a mythical specter that his family denies is real. From Sam Rebelaine, we have The Galloway's Gospel, out from Morrow in hardcover ebook and audiobook. This is a horror novel, the third work set in Renfield County. Bored Rachel Galloway accidentally starts a cult in her high school. Accidentally starts a cult. Tell me more. 10 years later, County Guard Rachel Durwood tries to undo it, finding the town has become an isolated doomsday cult, preparing for the rapture. From Diana Rodriguez Wallach, we have The Silenced, out from Delacorte in hardcover, paperback, ebook, and audiobook. This is a young adult supernatural horror novel. Teen Hazel's research trip to the Oakwell Farms School for Girls brings her into contact with an intense, possessing force set on revenge. She discovers that the program for troubled teens is more sinister than she thought. Next up, fantasy, we have 10 titles. From David Annandale, we have The Sleep of Empires, out from Peer in paperback and ebook. This is a high fantasy novel, first in the Book of Null series. A powerful ancient crown draws together Lantana, a woman trying to escape an arranged marriage, and Vorkes, a mercenary of the Skeletal Claw people. From Julie Berry, we have If Looks Could Kill, out from Simon & Schuster in hardcover ebook and audiobook. This is a young adult fantasy novel. It's 1888, and Salvation Army volunteers try to help a woman they know who's forced into a brothel, but Jack the Ripper is afoot, and the reawakened Gorgon Medusa is after him. I mean, pick on someone your own size, yeah? Jack the Ripper and Medusa seem like a fair fight, am I right? From Martin Cahill, we have The Audition for the Fox, out from Tachyon in paperback, ebook, and audiobook. This is a fantasy novella. Nacy, a child with a divine lineage, needs to find a patron god, but all her auditions have failed. And you think job interviews are stressful? Imagine interviewing with an actual god. Is that actually better? Anyway, Nacy is running out of options trying to win over these patron gods, and she appeals to Poseidon, the fox of tricks, who sends her back in time to test her mettle. From Nikita Gill, we have Hecate the Witch, out from Little Brown in hardcover, paperback, ebook, and audiobook. This is a young adult Greek myth novel. Hecate comes of age in a war-torn cosmos where her family, the Titans, battles against the upstart Olympian gods. Do me a favor real quick, as one human to another, it's okay if you're a robot, I won't tell. Hit that little button with the thumb on it for me. Thank you. From Louisa Morgan, we have The Fairy Morgana, out from Red Hook and paperback, ebook, and audiobook. This is a fantasy novel. Morgana, with her acolyte Braith, helps Arthur ascend the throne. The court at Camelot is wary of her power and arrogance. From Naomi Novik, we have The Summer War, out from Del Rey in hardcover, ebook, and audiobook. This is a fantasy novella. Witch Celia accidentally cursed her brother Argent when they were young, condemning him to live a life without love. I mean, who has siblings? You never fought with them? Ever? Anyway, Celia and her brother have this problem. Amidst a war between humans and immortal summerlings, she seeks a solution that will finally work. From Veronica Roth, we have To Clutch a Razor, out from Tor in hardcover, ebook, and audiobook. This is a fantasy novel second in the Curse Bearer series. Demeter returns to his home country for a funeral and obtains a book that could help him settle his debts with the Baba Yaga. From Samantha Shannon, we have Among the Burning Flowers, out from Bloomsbury, USA, in hardcover, paperback, ebook, and audiobook. This is a fantasy novel, third in the Roots of Chaos world, and a prequel to The Priory of the Orange Tree. Royal Heir Morosa is imprisoned, but dreams of uplifting the world with her distant betrothed. Meanwhile, waking dragons threaten mass destruction. From the lovely Cadwell Turnbull, we have A Ruin, Great and Free, out from Blackstone in hardcover, ebook, and audiobook. This is a contemporary fantasy novel, third in the Convergence saga. On the moon, monsters hide from unrest and persecution, while forces, including the gods, intend the moon as a pivotal site in a universal conflict. From Lucy Jane Wood, we have Uncharmed, out from Ace in paperback, ebook, and audiobook. This is a cozy contemporary fantasy novel. Perfectionist witch and people-pleaser Annie accepts her coven's assignment to mentor Maeve, a headstrong, orphaned teen, and her life is thrown into chaos. Finally, in our collections and anthologies category, we have 2 new books this week. From Thomas Haw, we have Uncertain Suns and Other Stories, out from Undertow in paperback and ebook. This is a collection of 12 stories. These irrealities explore themes of family bonds and trauma, technological anxieties, and more. Forward by Zachary Gillian. From Anna Sun, we have Polestar 12, Futures to Live By, out from Newcon Press UK and hardcover paperback and ebook. This is a collection of science fiction stories. Sun's sci-fi tales depict subjects like community, nature, solar punk, and climate change in a near-future setting. Hello and welcome back to This Week in New Genre Books from Locus Magazine. My name is Amelia and we're going to tell you all about the new science fiction, fantasy, horror, and related books being published the week of September 23rd, 2025. Thank you to all of our subscribers, both here on YouTube and subscribers and Patreons of Locus Magazine. We are grateful for your support. First up, science fiction, we have 4 titles. From Nick Mamatas, we have Calivas, or Another Tempest, out from Clash Books in paperback and ebook. This is a science fiction retelling of Shakespeare's The Tempest. Calivas, the last free-range human, is forced to work for a cyborg master on an island. The regime is disrupted by the arrival of more cyborg mainlanders. From Ilana Masad, we have Beings, out from Bloomsbury, USA, in hardcover ebook and audiobook. This is a literary science fiction novel. In 1961, an interracial couple out on a drive encountered lights in the sky, and their story emanates through the lives of Phyllis, a lesbian sci-fi writer, and the archivist who's digging through history in the present day. From C.L. Perlot, we have Terms of Service, out from Angry Robot UK in paperback, ebook, and audiobook. This is a science fiction novel. Luzia works repairing Bastion City, a multi-leveled metropolis. Her nephew is kidnapped and taken to EOI, a court of the powerful beings known as the Estrasi. From Honey Watson, we have The Emperor's Twin, out from Talos in hardcover and ebook. This is a dark space opera novel. The Empire has been invaded by an army. The divine power source worshipped by the invaders grows beyond control, and the only hope is the slain Emperor's twin, who has mysterious connections to this power. Next up, horror, we have 4 titles. From Bridget Collins, we have The Naked Light, out from the Borough Press in hardcover ebook and audiobook. This is a historical folkloric novel. In rural England, a face carved into the hillside has been maintained for generations. Kit, a bohemian outsider, moves in, drawing out friendship from the vicar's daughter and dark forces from the face. From Sarah Gailey, we have Spread Me, out from Nightfire in hardcover ebook and audiobook. This is a horror novel. Kinsey, a scientist at a remote research outpost, brings a strange specimen in from the sand, only to find it wanting to use one of them as a host. From Tom O'Donnell, we have Moonsick, out from Wednesday Books in paperback, ebook, and audiobook. This is a young adult horror novel. Rich high schooler Heidi throws a party at her parents' mansion while they're out. There's a worldwide werewolf pandemic going on, and mysterious criminals who want to break in. From A. Rushby, we have Slashed Beauties, out from Berkeley in hardcover ebook and audiobook. This is a gothic novel. An antiques dealer tries to collect 3 anatomical Venuses, 18th century anatomical models based on real-life sex workers, and their stories, past and present, are linked by witchcraft. Next up, fantasy, we have 8 new books being published this week. From Holly Black, we have Thief of Night, out from Tor in hardcover, paperback, ebook, and audiobook. This is a fantasy novel sequel to Book of Night. Charlie is united with her lover, Vince. The magical bonding process wiped his memories and left Red, a cold killer, in his place. From Susan Breen, we have Mary, out from Alcove in hardcover, paperback, ebook, and audiobook. This is a holiday drama with ghost elements. A mother facing serious illness and trying to bring her family Christmas joy sells her autographed copy of A Christmas Carol to pay for a family trip to London while haunted by the ghost of Charles Dickens. From Kayla Cottingham, we have Extraordinary Quests for Amateur Witches, out from Delacorte in hardcover, ebook, and audiobook. This is a young adult fantasy novel tied to practical rules for cursed witches. Kieran accidentally curses his boyfriend. Oops. Forced to take his magical studies more seriously, he embarks on a quest to find a cure-all for curses. In terms of cure-alls, I'm fond of methylene blue myself, although that's more about mitochondria than curses, I guess. From D. Elizabeth, we have debut novel This Raging Sea, out from Holiday House in hardcover, ebook, and audiobook. This is a young adult dark fantasy novel. Briar has to face the evil in the sea beside her creepy New England town when her best friend and first love Finn disappears through time. From Hafsa Faisal, we have A Steeping of Blood, out from FSG in hardcover ebook and audiobook. This is a young adult vampire fantasy romance novel, the second in the Blood and Tea duology. After a cataclysmic night leaves the city decimated, Arthi Casimir must regroup her allies and travel to Sealand to deal with her past. From Jenna Levine, we have Road Trip with a Vampire, out from Berkeley Romance in paperback, ebook, and audiobook. This is a fantasy romance novel, copyrighted by Jennifer Prusek. Witch Zelda moves to California, vowing never to see another vampire again. Good luck with that one. Then a hot amnesiac vampire arrives at her door, and they go on a road trip looking for answers. From Morgan Lockhart, we have debut novel A Spell from Midwinter's Heart, out from Dutton in paperback, ebook, and audiobook. This is a fantasy romance. A witch who swore off magic returns to her hometown years later to help conjure snow for the Yule Festival, which is being brought out by a corporation with a handsome heir. From Sen Lin Yu, we have Alchemized, out from Del Rey in hardcover, ebook, and audiobook. This is a dark fantasy novel. A woman awakes with her memories gone in a world of necromancy where the resistance movement has been decimated by the new regime of corrupt families and the undead. Because if corruption needed a buddy, why not the undead? Everyone belongs somewhere. Finally, in our Anthologies and etc. category, we have one new book to talk about. From editor Becky Spratford, we have Why I Love Horror, out from Saga in paperback, ebook, and audiobook. This is a non-fiction anthology of 19 essays on horror literature and tributes to the genre. Authors include Tananarive Due, Gabino Iglesias, Stephen Graham Jones, Alma Katsu, Nuzo Ono, Paul Tremblay, and more. That's it for this week. Thanks for hanging out with us to the end, but wait! There's more. Visit us at locusmag.com for more information like book reviews, author interviews, and publishing news. Science fiction and fantasy is a living genre being made for you every day with love by lots of super smart people who work ridiculously hard. Authors, editors, publishers, publicists, designers, readers, we see you and we appreciate you. Please subscribe to this channel if you haven't already. Leave us a comment. We want to know which books got your attention. Check out our bookshop.org link whenever you decide to buy some new books. Buying books through that link helps support Locus, and we appreciate you. Come see us at Locus Mag or at Locus Magazine on the socials. Locus is a 501c3 nonprofit. Thank you for spending your precious time with us. We'll see you next week with more new books.